Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Bam Woman Magazine. But we have a special edition coming out in May of 22nd of the 21st year of the 20,000. Oh, good Lord. You know what I'm trying to say. 2021. So we are so excited about Bam Guy Magazine because we are spotlighting our kings, our heroes, the guys in our lives that are absolutely amazing and they're doing their thing. I have a guy here with me, Mr. Omar Liles, who's going to introduce himself and he's going to tell you all who he is, what he does, and the service that he provides. So, Mr. Liles, you have the floor, sir. Let the world know who you are.
Yes, okay. My name is Omar Liles, the founder and CEO of Agape Love Network. First of all, my tag name is actually Omar Liles, the life coach.
Come on, life coach.
Yes. So I use my name and then I say the life coach because that's what I
Yes.
pretty much am. That's my brand name.
Yes.
But my real name is the first two words, Omar Liles. Okay.
Mhm.
So you just want me just go into what?
Just
Okay.
go into it.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm the founder and CEO of Agape Love Network, which is a Black Christian relationship social group where we meet and greet and fellowship in various places. We talk about leadership and relationships, about individuals who have difficulties trying to figure out how to pave the way for their own selves. All right, those who have find themselves in difficult situations in their relationships, and we try to mend them. Also, we help singles and couples at the same time find their perspective mate, even though it isn't the goal.
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. So tell us a little bit about Agape Love. Now, where did you get that name?
Wow. Well, actually, agape is actually a Greek word that means universal love or love for all. It is the type of
Mhm.
love that is embedded in the heart of man coming from God. So it
Yeah.
is the universal love for all of mankind. And then we just attach the word love with it because we all need love. And so love was there because we as couples, not we as couples, my goodness, we as people
Mhm.
uh, should be able to learn how to love and how we can learn
Yeah.
how to love as human beings.
Mhm.
And as singles and those who are couples, they don't know how to love. They don't know how to
Mhm.
love one another. And so in my mission
Right.
statement, I had talked about those who are having finding difficulties in their relationships and learn how to actually mend them. And so
Mhm.
when a lot of single people when they get into these relationships, they don't know how to deal with difficult situations. They don't know how
Mm.
to deal with themselves on a
Mhm.
personal level. And so,
Mhm.
so love is actually the key. So this is why we call ourselves Agape Love Network, and the network is us coming together, networking with
Mhm.
one another as Black Christian singles and couples.
Awesome. I love this. Now, I did an interview with you. I would probably say it's been almost a year now. And we had just, I guess, had gotten into COVID and COVID was just kind of just getting started and, you were just kind of getting everything off the ground. What has happened in the last year that has that has progressed your business? Like, talk about what has gone on in the last year.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? In the last year since the pandemic, we
Mhm.
had some ups and downs on the real list to be real with everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so as an organization, we had to change how we actually do business. I had to change how I actually
Mm,
do business.
yeah.
There were no more physical meetups, so we
Hmm.
had to change things up by just doing everything social media through
Right.
Zoom and on platforms like we're on now.
Mm-hmm.
to get the word out, to communicate with everyone else on various topics, and having panel discussions about
Mm-hmm.
certain particular issues. So when you come into this kind of space and you're coming head on in the middle of a pandemic, you have to
Mm-hmm.
change uh, your style and how you reach the masses. And so
Right.
you have to reach in your creative box and just do the best you can. And so pretty
Yeah.
much that's what we've been doing for the past year. And once we're fully lifted, we're gonna get right back into the full swing of things. But it's been some
Gotcha.
rough up and downs, but we're coming along.
Yeah, everybody has had to adjust. And I think
Yeah.
that, we've kind of had to think outside the box a little bit with our businesses and using, technology to our advantage. Especially with dating. I'm not gonna say that I've been, dating or whatever. I've kind of taken this time to reflect on me and learning about me, but
Yeah.
just having to come in and be quarantined and be inside.
Mhm.
What are some of the things that you've heard other singles say that they've taken away from being inside instead of being out and going out on dates and being around other people?
Wait. So repeat that question again.
So what feedback have you gotten from some of your singles that they've learned from being quarantined and being able to learn about themselves?
Mm. Well, you know what? It is them having time with God,
Mm-hmm.
them connecting with other people. They weren't
Yeah.
able to meet them physically, and some people they
Mm-hmm.
got a chance to be around family.
Yes.
Yeah, they got a chance to be around family a lot more, to be more in tune with God, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
rest and relaxation as well
Yes.
from the busyness
Yes.
of the world. But as
Absolutely.
far as the organization, they got a chance to hear a lot more from us, uh,
Yeah.
on a more, connecting with us, more.
Mhm. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So tell us how we can watch your shows, because you do have shows on
Yeah,
Facebook,
yeah.
and tell us when they come on and what time, and what you guys talk about.
We talk about various topics. We talk about
Mhm.
love. We talk about relationships.
Mhm.
We talk about various topics. We recently had a topic on what was it? What was it? How can a man could a man leave his home if his wife pays more? If his wife makes
Ooh.
more money? Yes,
Oh
we just
wow.
had that topic.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
yes.
Oh my
It,
goodness. Okay, so how did that turn out? Let me look. I'm
well,
interested to know what happened with that.
yeah, right. But you know what? It was a very good topic.
Yeah.
We did have a little mean emoji. I guess I guess somebody was kind of ticked off about maybe that's a very touchy subject.
Oh
Yeah, well,
yeah. I can imagine.
whether it's coming from men or women, because people want to know
Yeah.
how men feel about
Mhm.
certain particular subject. We talk about
Mhm.
dating life. We talk about divorce, the
Mhm.
marriage life, um, single with no kids,
Mhm.
singleness with kids, and also how to navigate those specific subjects. We just had one on that specific subject as well.
Right.
And not only that, I was actually on a live centering around that subject as
Mhm.
well. And we also talk about branding and marketing and other various topics
Okay.
besides singleness and relationships. So we try
Gotcha.
to even get outside the scope of what we naturally do.
Gotcha. Okay. So I want to talk about, there was a show
Yeah.
that you guys did about um, men and their emotions,
Mm.
and how women are supposed to kind of not bash men for being emotional and showing emotion. And I have to say that was the most interesting show that I've seen you guys do, and I was just kind of like, you know what, it is important to see men cry or have emotion or
Yeah.
feel, some type of way. And not bash them for that, not bash them, oh, you ain't no man because you cry, you do this, you do. No, but actually embrace that, because as a man, of course, you guys have been taught to be strong, and you have to do this and you have to do that. And
Mhm.
how, like, I want people to know about this show. Like, how do men handle their emotions, and how are we as women, supposed to navigate and move and be accepting of y'all's emotions? Like, we need to know about this, because I think we miss the mark a lot of times.
Yeah, well, you know what? How do we handle our emotions? I
Yes.
guess
Like,
that's well.
how do you guys handle your emotions? And then how as we, how do y'all feel that we as women should kind of step back and let you have your moment?
Well, it's like this. First of all, women have to recognize that we are human beings, as well. We can be emotional when we want to, but we sort of like internalize those kinds of things.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
if you're in a space with someone that is very mature,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing, is that we expect the person that we are with to be accepting of us as well, and so
Right.
that we can have the confidence to tell her anything that's on our mind, or with or that's on our heart, without
Right.
any grudges, without any kind of embarrassment, or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the kind of thing that we actually look for. But how do you
Mm-hmm.
navigate through that? It's the receiver has to have an understanding heart, and has to open up their mind to
Right.
us, for so that we can be the people that we want to be in our relationships. Because if we just be the kind of person that just shuts down, we need an outlet too.
Mm-hmm.
We're not
Yes.
Superman. We're not Superman either. Uh,
Yeah.
I forgot what was her name. Who sung that song? I'm not your Superwoman. Uh,
Yes.
you heard that song, right? I forgot
I have heard
her
that
name.
song.
Was it
Yes.
Natalie Cole, or I forgot who sung that. I can't. My mind is going blank right now.
It's
But
okay.
men are supermen. Women want men to be the providers of their homes and things of that nature. But men have a rough time in these relationships as well. Men
Yeah.
get this. Men get lost. They don't. They get lost when they don't know what they can't figure out what to do at certain particular moments in their life. So
Mhm.
we go through things as well. And so,
Yeah.
yes, men have emotions as well.
Yes, I believe that. And I really took a lot from that particular show, because it's eye-opening. I think we as women, and I can't speak for everybody, but I'll just say, just from my experience, I've been around guys that have been taught to be strong and not show emotion. So it's
Mhm.
to hear that side of it, and to hear men who, don't have problems with their sexuality, or have problems, being real with themselves, say, hey, I cry sometimes. I get emotional, and I'm okay
Yeah,
with that. And
yeah,
I want you to be okay with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So listen, y'all need to make sure y'all watch that, because it was absolutely amazing. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, yeah, right, right. And the
yes,
thing about it is that, uh, men don't want to. We have a sense of pride, and that we don't
yes,
want to shut down in front of women because it makes
right,
us look weak. So we were
right.
basically just covering a lot of that.
You know what? I believe that, and I feel like, and just correct me if I'm wrong. When you have somebody that you can feel vulnerable with, you want to show them all sides of you, but then there's also that hesitation, and there's that, okay, now I don't want her to see that side of me, because like you said, she may think I'm weak, or she may think, I can't handle my business. And it's not about that. It's about being able to accept that person for who they are and embrace them,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay,
Mhm.
so let's switch gears a little bit now. You started this company how long ago? It's been how long now?
Yeah, you know what? It's like this. We started back in 2011. I started back in 2011. And so
Yes.
we started as a Facebook group. And then what
Okay.
happened was that I shut it down because it wasn't very active. It wasn't really going anywhere.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then I signed back up again to become a social media group again in
Gotcha.
2014.
Mm-hmm.
Because before it wasn't really going anywhere. I wasn't getting a lot of members, no retraction. I've
Yeah.
done everything.
That's
And,
it.
yeah, so we've been out since 2014. That's like going
Okay.
on so we've been around for about 7.5 years now.
Yes, and it's going great. I've
Yeah,
noticed
yeah,
that you guys have got so many members. You have a website. So,
yeah,
what
yeah.
are some of the things that you've noticed are one of the bigger issues that singles have with connecting with people?
Just finding each other's type.
Yeah.
Finding connection and chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, when it comes down to a lot of singles, especially modern singles, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not talking about like the singles that from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, even the 80s. And the 90s is when the dip in relationships started failing a lot, because people
Mm.
used to have long lasting marriages that spanned
Right.
20, 30, 40 years, and they
Mm-hmm.
were in marriages until they got old, like my grandparents.
Right.
Like my grandfather was 98 years old, but my grandmother passed away a good 9 or 10 years ago, something to that
Yeah.
degree, a little bit over. But yeah, so they were in the marriage for a long time. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the issues that a lot of couples bring up would be just the chemistry,
Right.
connecting with the right one, and they have like these long lists about what they want in their prospective mate.
Mm-hmm.
They really and then some people really don't know what they want. They
Right.
looking for somebody that can fill that void or fill in that
Mm-hmm.
list. So those
Mm-hmm.
are some of the things that people look for in a perspective, and there's a whole lot of others that we can talk about. But
Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Now, do you feel like, I'm going to say, this particular generation, like the times now, people are just wanting what they see on social media or what they see in these movies nowadays and not really getting in tune with what they really need? Do you think that like our generation now is an issue with some of these relationships that we get into, or situationships that they
yeah,
call them now?
yeah, you know what? That plays a heavy, heavy part in a
Yeah.
lot of these relationships.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of people can be influenced. Now,
Mhm.
there are other people who don't are not persuaded by what's on TV because they have their own mind.
Right.
Not all women are persuaded by media. And
Mhm.
some people allow that. They allow the media to dictate. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of them allow them to dictate media, their way of life and how they think.
Right.
Like with me, I'm not a machine. I don't
Mhm.
allow a movie or what's popular out there to dictate how I'm going to choose my mate. But it
Right.
seems in the modern times it does that because everybody wants what everybody
Mhm.
else has. They have
Right.
the relationship goals. They want the relationship that's in the picture,
Mhm.
or the relationship that they saw in the movies, and
Yes.
they place that on modern men.
Right.
You know,
Right.
this is what I want. I want what Rebecca and Johnny has, but Johnny's
Mhm.
a fictional character. You
Ooh.
know, yeah, Johnny's
Mm.
a fictional character. It don't that relationship that you see doesn't translate in the real world.
Wow. And you don't even know what's going on in their relationship. You don't know what
Yeah,
goes on behind closed
yeah,
doors, and woo, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother.
yeah. Mhm.
I believe, and it's so hard nowadays to be in a consistent relationship because there's always people are going with the trends, and it's kind of sad. I feel like how the dating scene is right now, because you have I'm not gonna say older generation. I'm just gonna say seasoned generation. They have the way that they date, or they have the way that they, go through life. And then we have the millennials, and our age. We're kind of like, okay, what do we need to do? Do we need to do what the millennials are doing, or do we need to do what the seasoned people are doing? Because it's like, I think we've lost our values. Honestly,
Yeah,
I really
yeah,
do. And I like the fact that your company is Christian based. So
Yes,
it's
yes,
based on what it's supposed to be.
yes, yes.
How relationships are, how we're supposed to date, how God intended us to, move and be in relationships. Because, like you said, agape love is it's loving everybody and
Yeah.
getting to know and learn everybody. So I respect that. I respect that for real. So let's talk about you as the person, Mr. Lyles.
Yeah.
So, what are some things that you've learned about dating? Do you date? Are you married? Are you single? Do you have a family?
Well, you know what? I'm single. I don't have a family, no children, or anything of that nature. Currently,
Okay.
I'm not dating anybody at the specific moment.
Okay.
It's not that I don't want to date. I have interests here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, yeah. So, I mean, I have interests here and there, but no one has really tweaked my eye. You know,
Gotcha. Gotcha. I
but,
gotcha.
whatever it is, God will lead me. You know.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Okay, so tell us a little bit about some of the hurdles that you've overcome in your business, because being in business as long as you have, 2011 was the beginning, and then 2014 you revamped, you came back out, and just going through all of the changes, especially over the last year. What
Yeah.
are some hurdles that you say were your biggest hurdles, but you overcame them?
Well, you know what? Some of my biggest hurdles, actually were just financially.
Gotcha.
Just trying to keep ourselves afloat because I have a budget. And people don't understand when you're a content creator,
Hmm.
there's money that's involved. Everything that
Yes.
people see,
Yes.
everything that people see, it looks good on the outside. Like, for example, the
Hmm.
platform that we on now, what you're doing
Hmm.
right now, the live streaming, all the stuff, the
Right.
lights, the camera, the action, the traveling, and this stuff costs money. This microphone that
You
I
say
got,
what?
money.
Yes.
You know, so you have your financial woes, your ups and your downs, because we make it look so easy.
Right.
And then just getting other people on board. I think that's the hard thing as well. Trying
Right.
networking and trying to get other people to get on board with what you're trying to do. I think that's part of the ups and downs, and that's part of business, and that's what happens.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. So, um, before I let you go, you know how I do. I ask everybody that comes on, what advice would you give to somebody that is, wanting to start their business, wanting to get into the entrepreneur journey? What advice would you give to them? What nugget would you give to them?
Wow. Well, you know what? My thing is keep the faith. Keep the
Yes.
faith and have a purpose for yourself in life. And don't let anyone stop you from doing what you're purposed to do in life. Where if it's in
Absolutely.
ministry, where if you're starting your own business, where if you
Hmm.
want to start something dealing with women, or for example, like Bam Magazine,
Hmm.
phenomenal, beautiful, ambitious, and motivated. I mean,
Yes.
I couldn't have come up with a better slogan than that because I know I'm handsome, ambitious, and motivated. I'm having confidence. It's about having confidence, you know.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
people like is having that confidence and that ambition about what you want to do in life. And so that's just the golden nugget I want for people to have. Just keep the
Gotcha.
faith. Don't let anybody stop you from your goals. If you have a purpose and God is leading you to do it, go for it.
Absolutely. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Lyles, for your time. Let everybody know how they can find you, how they
Yeah,
can watch your shows, get connected with you, and even join your ministry, because you do have a ministry. This
yeah,
is a
yeah,
whole ministry.
yeah,
So
yeah.
let us know how we can connect with you.
Yeah. So here's the thing. They can connect with me on my website, www.agapelovenetwork.net, or you can go to my personal website, Omar Liles, the Life Coach, OmarLiles, the Life Coach, .net. We're on
Mhm.
Facebook. We're on YouTube. You could just type in oh my goodness, just type in Agape Love Network and you'll find us there.
Yes, absolutely. And y'all make sure that y'all sign up for Agape Love Network because it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
You meet amazing people. You get to get all this good content. Listen, it's worth it. I'm telling you. All right, Mr. Liles. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being a part of BAM Guy. This has been an amazing journey, and we appreciate you trusting us and going down this journey with us. So we appreciate you. We love you. We are indebted to you always. Remember that. And you will always be a BAM guy. Bold, ambitious, and motivated.
That's right. I'm a BAM guy for life. I want to be a
yes. I love it. All right, Mr. Liles. Thank you, Omar. Thank you so much. God bless you. And I pray that God blesses your business and you just make as much money as your hands can hold. All righty, sir. We'll let you go. Have a good evening. Good night.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.